Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cryptids and Critters Paranormal. I'm the founder and your host, the Dooster. It's 44 degrees outside. It is a Friday. Thank God for that. It is 44 degrees outside here in Soggy Bottom, and it's more like a foggy bottom this morning. I mean, it's hard to even see your hand in front of your face. It's foggy outside. So I thought I would come in here before I went out to do anything and do another little video. This will be part 2 of haunted locations in Robertson County, Tennessee. And this one is going to feature a house that my father-in-law lived in. It was called the Miles home. The stately old Bess Miles home sit on the right side of Highway 431, about a mile north of Springfield. My father-in-law, Johnny Wood, lived in this house twice. Once in the mid-60s, which was well before I married his daughter, and again in 1972, shortly after we got married. The house had a large winding staircase at the front entrance that led to several bedrooms upstairs, and this staircase was very, very creepy to me. I felt like something was watching me the whole time I was walking by it. My father-in-law had a pool room set up in one of the bedrooms at the base of the staircase, and you had to walk by it every time. It was a unnerving feeling just to walk by the staircase. I never could put my finger on what caused it, but it was definitely creepy. But anyway, the water supply came from a deep well just across the road in front of the house. And normally there would be a submergible pump in a well like that. But this house had an old piston-type pump in the basement, and it would literally shake the walls and the floors when it was pumping. And if you were asleep at night when it kicked on, it would definitely wake you up. One day the old pump lost its prime, and Johnny and I went to the well to pull the pipe and to check on the foot valve, which we thought had lost its prime because the foot valve was leaking. Foot valve was located on the end of the pipe, and its purpose is to prevent the water from flowing back into the well, and it would also keep water in the line to keep the pump primed. The old metal pipe had been replaced several years ago with a black plastic pipe, and it was fairly easy for 2 men to pull it out of the well. As we were pulling the pipe out, Johnny looked across the road and pointed at the front door upon the balcony, which was standing wide open. He told me he had just nailed it shut a few minutes before I got there, and now it was again standing open. No matter how many times you nailed that door shut, it always somehow managed to come open. Now, there were 2 different versions of why the door would not stay shut. One version, I was told, stated that a man was building a fire in one of the upstairs bedroom fireplaces and was having trouble getting it lit. So in desperation, he threw a cup of gasoline on the embers, and it flashed out on him, catching his clothing afire. In a panic, he ran from the room, snatched open the balcony door, and ran out onto the balcony. Unable to see, he fell over the railing and landed on the steps below, where he instantly died. The other version says a young woman, distraught over breaking up with her fiancé, jumped to her death from the balcony. Anyway, while we were working at the well, Johnny told me about a plumber from Springfield that pulled a pipe from the well several years ago, and in doing so, let the metal pipe come in contact with the power lines overhead. Wet and grounded, he was instantly electrocuted and died on the spot. I did some research later on and discovered that this event actually happened as described. The date was May the 12th, 1932, and the plumber's name was Forrest Lee Whiting. He was 38 years old at the time of his death. Anyway, finding nothing wrong with the foot valve, we put the pipe back in, which was a lot easier than pulling it out, and went back across the road to the house. We went upstairs, where we proceeded to hammer a handful of 16-penny nails into the door and the door frame. The entire door and the frame had hundreds of nails driven all around it, and all had been rendered useless as someone or something ripped the door open. With the door securely nailed shut, Johnny and I went to Springfield to talk to Mose Couts, who was a local plumber at Savage, Green, and Wilson. It was a plumbing company in Springfield. He told us the leather piston washers were probably worn out and would need to be replaced. And we asked him, and they didn't have any replacement washers for that old pump. But he suggested going to the shoe shop and buying a piece of leather from them and bring it back up to him, and he would cut the washers out for us. So sure enough, we went and seen Sonny Gray at the shoe shop in Springfield, and got some leather, took it back up to Mose, and he cut out the washers for us. And we took them back to the house to install them. When we pulled into the driveway, the first thing I noticed was the balcony door was standing open again. And I pointed it out to Johnny. He didn't act surprised at all. Several years ago, the old Miles house was torn down, and a new house built on the property. I would have loved to got back into that house and done a little more research before it was actually destroyed, but it was torn down before I actually knew it was going to be razed. So anyway, I've often wondered if the new owners of the property have experienced anything paranormal. Where did those spirits that was in that house? Where did they go? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. This is the Dooster, Cryptids and Critters Paranormal. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a like. Share it with your friends. And like I said, this is the Dooster, Cryptids and Critters Paranormal. And we will talk at you later. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.